Fast fancy.
I was like, which one?
Oh, we live. What's up, y'all? We ain't got the intro. How y'all doing?
What's going on?
He pulled the me on me. I see you down there. For everybody that showed up early, we're gonna do the intro. Y'all gonna see it in a minute because we can't start the show without the music.
Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah, refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in.
When y'all see the lineup, y'all know what time it is. Like my man Calvin said it already. He said, look, we ain't come here to play. We ain't come here to mess around. The boxing recap is here. Y'all seen the pre-episode where we talking about what might happen. You know, some people wanted to get their thoughts off. They got to get the stuff off. Got to get off their chest. Meanwhile, you know, some people had some liver and rice after Saturday night. I want to say welcome back to Refuse to Lose. Again, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all share this video because I'm telling you, we're growing every day. I think the last time I checked, we had 606 subscribers. So shout out to everybody that's been subscribing and shout out to the ones that's going to subscribe in the future. For the folks that's here, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, make sure y'all light up that comment section because without the comments, the show can't really flow as well. Like we got 4 people on here. It's going to be very opinionated, but that comment section, it also helps keep the mojo going. No pun. And I was gonna say that too. Look, fellas, when y'all hear that bell, for the folks that wasn't here last time, when you hear the bell, that means everybody go back to your separate corners. If you don't listen to the ref, you will take some points away from your card, or hey, you can get DQ'd and we just gonna kick you back down to the goulash. If you don't know what the goulash is, go play Call of Duty. Let me tell you all about these these IG chats before I say how y'all doing. I know I gotta get the business out the way first, fellas. So I'm gonna just tell y'all about these IG chats we got. Let's see. We're gonna bring this up right quick. There you go. So if y'all want to hit us up, y'all want to be a part of the show. Look, we got Tony here, we got Ricky, we got my man Fast Camp T. We gonna call him because we got 2 Tonys here, and they all participate in each or at least one of these chats. We got the NBA/WNBA chat, we got the NFL chat, we got Major League Baseball, college football, college basketball, both men's and women. And of course, the boxing chat. And that's how this episode is brought to you today. It's brought to you from the IG boxing chat. Again, if you want to hit us up or be a part of any of these chats, just hit us up on Instagram at Refuse to Lose Sports. That's Refuse, the number 2, Lose Sports. We'll add you to the chat. And then you can participate and maybe you'll end up on one of these platforms. Maybe you'll end up on the platform soon. And most importantly, I want to say, enjoy the show. We'll bring the guys back. Now that I got the business out the way, fellas, how y'all doing?
Doing good, man.
Yeah, doing good, man.
Man, that was a lot. I don't even know if I want to talk no more. But
Came out the black hole though, you know. Just might be the mole.
Hold on, we gotta take that down. Hey, producers in the background, take it down. We gotta make sure we show everybody's name right quick. Hey, come on now. Come on now. He's starting early. So the moment that brought you all here, we're gonna talk about it. But I want to play one clip before we get to that. We're gonna play that clip from one of the greatest trainers / corners in boxing. To me, you all can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but to me, I think Calvin's one of the better trainers in boxing. And I'm gonna play this clip for y'all right quick. And y'all tell me what y'all think about this.
Go again with another one. Man, Oscar shooting shots, man. You know how it is on the A side? I don't do too much talking. We do it. Be prepared. Saturday night, man. Because it's on. It's definitely on. In the words of my partner, Kenny, we're going to put some knuckles on somebody. I don't train them for knockouts. I train them for punishment. I want you to feel it. I'm sending the message to all of them through you. We'll see. That's it for me.
My man told y'all he's sending a message to all of them through you. Baltimore accent. So I'm gonna start this off with you, Ricky, because last time, we want to make sure you here.
Okay, yeah.
All right, your Wi-Fi was acting like Garcia. You was in, you was here for the weigh-in, but when the fight came, you was done, son.
Bruh.
So
I want to say he definitely one of the great trainers, especially in this era.
Okay.
Yeah,
my question.
He definitely done this thing. Go ahead.
My question to you though. Did the message get sent? What was your take on that fight?
Yeah, that message got sent, and it got sent to everybody else who want to come out there. You know what I'm saying? I seen Shakur Steven had to kind of recant some of his statements. Like, yeah, I definitely got to be on my A game if I get in that ring with Tank. So yeah, other boxers are watching and seeing what's going on, and they know now that if they get in that ring, it's gonna be trouble.
Trouble. Tony, what's your take on that fight?
I don't think that the message to Garcia was for the Garcia. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if everybody else came in there and took the message as serious as it is, because they got tape on Tank just as much as Tank got tape on them. So I don't know if it's like one of those things where people it's trash talking. Now I will say, when my daddy used to talk to me like that, that was one of those it means business type situations, right? Mm-hmm. So when you go to work, man, you got to bring all your you got to bring your computer and just not put your suit on. You got to bring your computer and make sure you got your card to log into your computer and all that other stuff, right? My man came there with just his suit on. He left everything else in the locker room, bro. But I like the fight. I thought it was getting entertaining after for in those middle, and that when it was getting to the middle rounds, it started to get a little more entertaining. And I was looking for a better fight than it was, but when you saw him look up at Tank like he was Jesus, I knew it was over.
He kneeled down to the king.
Yeah, he kneeled down to the king, and he looked up at him like, and he saw that aura around him. Around him. Yeah, it was over after that.
Fast Camp, what you got for us?
I think the fight went exactly how everyone knew the fight was going to go. The message was sent, but I think the message been being sent. You know what I'm saying? Tank going to sit you down. You know what I'm saying? If you there, if you ain't got no skills, Tank going to sit you down. That just is what it is. It went exactly how he said it, how everybody else predicted. Ryan would come out, try to be fast. That was really his only shot. I actually think that second round knockdown was really not in the plans. I think it kind of came to Tank. You know what I'm saying? Ryan was being really aggressive at that point in that second round, holding, hitting behind the head, hitting on the clinch and all of that or whatever. And it just kind of came to him. He got a little bit aggressive for Tank, and Tank just, naturally reacted, popped him, set him down. And I really feel like the fight changed from that point, going into the third round to where it was. You could just see it in Ryan. He was very cautious. He has no right hand. He was relying on the left hand. And it was just actually sickening to see that, like, he ain't got nothing but that left hand, the jab and the hook. That's all.
He's like an amateur, didn't he? Like a complete amateur. Look, I was saying that. I was like, man, he looked like an incomplete fighter. I don't get it.
Yeah, he may have had a hook. I don't know if that hook ever showed up.
He threw two of them.
That hook was bent.
Y'all keep talking. I got you. I'm gonna show some highlights here.
Hey, bro, that hook was bent because he was catching it every single time. I think what shocked. I think in maybe the fourth or fifth round. I think the shock was when he threw a hook from the right, and it caught Tank in that round. I think that's what caught.
Well, also So that one right there, yeah.
So here go the hook.
That one. So I'm talking about the one from Garcia.
But hold on, so here go the hook, right?
It's a person who throws that, you know what I'm saying, all night. Who that? Who that? Ali Thriller Manila.
Frazier, right?
Yeah.
Frazier, Ali Frazier. Ali Frazier threw the hook in that left hook.
Mm-hmm.
He did excellent at it because that's the only thing that was coming.
Yeah, he's like a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
You know? And then the sad part I'm noticing is the fight reminded me so much of Rolly. And I really felt disappointed because he's pressing gas. And I'm like, you don't realize that Tank is not that type of fighter that you can press the gas and you think you're not gonna pay for it. Mm-hmm. You want a knockout, you have to box your way into a knockout with this dude. You can't just sit here and keep thinking you're gonna throw your punches. So you got the upper ante because you landed one punch or two. He gonna kill you every time.
And then the one advantage that he had, he never used. He never used that height advantage. Nope. He never used it, bro. And I was looking at it, like, why is he so stiff? Why is he so stiff? And then when I started seeing, I was like, he's too stiff. Like he came out like he didn't warm up in the locker room or do none of that. He was just so stiff. And even when he would throw that jab out there, it was so stiff that Ray Charles could have seen it coming the way he was throwing it. It was horrible how everything with him was like he was just chemical. Like, I don't know what was going on. I know he's talking about the injury that he possibly had, that, the one I told Tank and him about. Yeah. And
I just how you threw that in there.
Nah, so yeah, it's a lot of stuff in that I saw in there. My brother showed me a video last night of his doctor talking about, because I was like, if he was injured, no matter how hard he hit him in the area right there, he was gonna go down. But it was just a perfectly played. It was different. So everybody is equating that punch to the one that happened with De La Hoya and
Hopkins.
Yeah, it was different. Tank didn't put much behind that punch. It was there, but he didn't put much behind that punch, right?
I got you. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna play it in the background
for
the folks who don't know.
I think he did though, because you gotta look at
open it up and he threw it. So he didn't really get much leverage. He didn't really get as much leverage as it may appear he got on that punch.
Game plan was already in the play.
Yeah,
and it's like you watching the strategy. Like, he was not pressing the gas. He was relaxing. He's chilling. He's waiting for Ryan to get too cocky or get too impatient, and that's why he looked like an amateur to me, because he was definitely too impatient. I'm like, why are you trying to rush? You didn't even get your jab established. You're not even making, trying to get counter him or nothing. Like, you just trying to be overly aggressive for nothing. Like, you're going to hurry up the fight. Like, you're going to really land the hit that you want to hit. But it's not going to happen with him.
But see, that's what you and Tony was trying to tell Fats on the last episode. You was like, Tank start off slow and Garcia start off fast. And that's what he was doing, because Garcia knows Tank packs a punch. And he was like, I got it. Like you said, he was like, I got to get there. And when he got hit in that second round, you see he just backed off after that. He was like shell shocked. Also, shout out to Fats, man, because he definitely told us on here. He got hit one time in his kidney and he bled through his nose. So he's seen this before we seen it. And Joe put it in the comments too, man. Hit him in his kidney and made his nose bleed. He called it.
He was bleeding, but he was bleeding before then, though. If you look at
he was bleeding off the knockdown.
At the end of the day, man, he needed some Kleenex. That's all.
No, he definitely did.
Nah, he needed his mama. That's what he needed.
I don't think he's gonna do good at 140 though.
But he say that's where you fight at.
Yeah,
he don't got to worry about no catch weight, no drainage, none of that. He ain't got to worry about none of that.
But he got so much stuff to change, and that rehydrate clause, they both go through that. It ain't like it was an individual thing. So I don't even know why he would sit there and just throw that out there. It ain't an individual thing. And then you wanted this fight. This helped your career regardless. You want to lose.
Yeah.
But I think he's still gonna struggle at 140 though.
Well, I printed out the top 10, right? The top 10 I printed out the top 10 at that weight class, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't see anybody he's going to be competing against in there. Because Tiafomo went up there, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you got Josh Taylor, you got Cottrell, you got, you got Russell is there. You got Ramirez is there, Jose Ramirez is there. You got some thumpers in there. If he can't take this, how do you expect to take?
Not even just a punishment. Him taking a punishment. Look at his defense. His defense alone, you know what I'm saying? He done like, even when he throws punches, when he get back, he don't get back right. He's still wide open. So it's like, bro, you gotta get them that found. He gotta get a better foundation. I want whoever is training him. He need to go ahead and get somebody black in that corner or something. This is crazy.
Well, I'm glad you said that because yesterday, Tuesdays is your done son Tuesdays, and I put Golden Boy Promotions in your done son because how they left that boy on stuck after the fight was over. So going off of this, after the way they left him, and he's talking about possibly leaving Golden Boy Promotions, he'll probably find a better corner or a better trainer. So now when he goes up to 140, he'll actually be more prepared because, like Tony also said, and everybody saying it, Tank called it throughout the whole media run. He stands straight up, and all you got is that left. And if you throw that left, I'm gonna hit you right on your button, and that's what happens. Like he didn't even need a mold for real. Yeah. The proof was in the tape. Like when you throw that left, he always come open-handed, and it was right there.
Yeah.
So, and Tank was sizing him up. Like you could see it when he was throwing the jab out straight out. He was like giving him the man, like, bro, you're not about to get me. Like you're not about to. You seen it. They was well prepared.
Yeah, and he was confused by Tank's footwork too. You saw that really confused him too because you can see like his face, like when Tank would move and he would move and then he would stop and bang with him bang him in the middle of the ring. It was confusing, and he was like, "Hey, this ain't how he normally does. He normally just stand here and bang." But now he was moving around. Everything he did confused him, and just like Ricky's talking about, he looked very amateur. He looked more like an amateur fight. He looked like he was trying to. This was a test to see if he can become pro.
Yeah,
and he learned the lesson
real fast.
Absolutely.
Well, before we move on to the next topic, I just want to ask one more question. So, is Tank now the face of boxing?
He getting there. And matter of fact, no, I'm gonna give him some. I'm gonna give him some. Like he's up there. Like right now, he is. He's not the sole face of boxing, but he's definitely up there. I'm giving him some.
So he just cracked the top 10, right? For pound for pound. If you're gonna look on there, you'll see that he cracked the top 10 for it. Now I agree. I think he should have been there already, but he just cracked the top 10 for that. So I wouldn't call him. He is probably the face of those three divisions.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
right there, right.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably the face of that, but not the boxing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a boxing. I'm trying. I want to know what your top 10. I just saw the ESPN top 10. I'm trying to figure out. He just on the outside of ESPN, but and I wouldn't say not yet. Because you gotta understand, like the last two fights were social media fights, and they were entertainment, get money fights. That's he with Floyd. Floyd gonna get that money. Those weren't really tests. You know what I'm saying? That's where Haney's going to get a little more props by knocking off Lomachenko if he does knock him off, because everybody knew Ryan was going to be what it was. Everybody knew Rolly was going to be what it was, but their talking got them into that fight. So a lot of the real boxers, like for the casual fans, they're going to be like, it's Tank, just like it was Tyson. Like the girls would come to the fights because they want to see Tyson knock somebody out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Tank is getting. But as far as from the actual fighters, the actual boxing, fighters and the ones who really know it, not yet, because he still has that problem with who he's actually really fighting. You know what I'm saying? I do think he does well against all the tops. But at the same time, the resume is still going to speak for what it is. It's still Canelo. It is what it is. Still Canelo.
Yeah, no,
even
Canelo,
with the
hands down, hands down.
Okay, I was gonna say, my man Tay, shout out to Tay. He was the one that was Garcia this, Garcia that. He wanted to be on the show. He had to work. He was in the comments. He said that too. So I'm gonna give him a shout out.
I agree with both of them. It's definitely Canelo.
Okay. So it's the end of that round. Everybody go back to your corners. You get some water. We going on to the next topic. And the next topic is, look, nah, man, you was the mold. You was the one that told him that shot was gonna be there. So we kind of alluded to it a little bit in the first segment, but we're more so going to go into a little more of a deep dive. So what do you think is next for Garcia and Tank? More so, let's talk about Garcia first, because Tank won. We want to see more people want to see the bounce back from Garcia. So what do you all think is next for Garcia? I'm gonna start off with Fast Camp. We're gonna work our way backwards. Okay.
I think it actually opens up. The loss is good for the division. It's good for Garcia. He still's gonna have some pretty okay high profile fights. You know what I'm saying? You can see Pitbull, you can see Rolly, and then also too, you're gonna see guys like Keyshawn, and Shakur actually go after him now. You know, so I think it's actually good for boxing, good for 40, not per se really that good for Ryan or whatever, because you know he will probably knock off Rolly and Pitbull, you know, but you know once it comes to those dogs that's coming up, you know, and also too Ryan Martin, I can see a Ryan Martin fight, but more fights going to open up because he has an ego. He's going to want to prove. And then also some of the people who watch the fight and see that he's a one-trick pony are going to want to test that now. I can knock that off. I can take, because he's still a cash cow. He's still going to, you know, fill his seats, and people going to want that money. So I actually see more interesting, more, you know, like, you know, fun fights for Ryan. And people are still going to be, you know, it's still going to be hard for Tank to match up with these O's. Like, let's just say Haney, you know, wins. I don't see that fight really happening yet. I just don't really see it or whatever. Because you know how, you know, when you got that O, you got to do something. You got to prove yourself. You got to, you know, win something. You got to, you know, all that stuff start getting into it. So I think it's actually better for boxing that, you know, what's going to happen on Ryan's path.
Okay. Tony?
So my question to him would be, are you going to be Vitaly Klitschko, or are you going to be Vladimir Klitschko? Right? Are you going to go and tuck your tail and take a bunch of easy fights, or are you going to get in the gym like Vitaly did, or like Vladimir did, and work on his skills and become a better fighter? Because right now he ain't that right now. Right, everybody knows Tank. I wouldn't say that Tank exposed him, but Tank kind of he didn't expose him. He kind of brought it back to what it really was. Right, he kind of you know, he came up there and was on a pedestal holding the flame for the Olympic torch, and then Tank just basically blew his flame out, and that's basically how he is. So how is he gonna? He needs to take some time off before his next fight. Don't even try to think about doing it and getting there with Goosen, because Goosen's a great. Come on, man, he's one of the greats.
Yeah.
Right. He changed a lot of guys' careers. So if he can do that, right, he might be okay at 140. He might be okay at 140. Right. He can definitely carry around the weight. But the thing is, will he work on the skills that's necessary, like footwork, like being a tall fighter like you are? Will he work on that? If not, man, I don't know where he's going to go at. I mean, he may what's the dude that was in Rocky V? That was fighting in Rocky V. I can't think of his name. You know what I'm talking about? The white boy that was knocking out everybody in boxing, and everybody realized Tommy Gunn. His name Tommy Gunn or whatever. Remember how everybody? I forgot what his real name in boxing. Remember how he fought in there, and he went out and fought somebody from the hood, right? and he fought somebody from the hood. The dude from the hood had him sleep on the ropes like this, and the referee never came in there, and he kept hitting the same punch. Like he can turn into that guy. You know what I'm saying? He can turn into that guy. Or he, like I said, will he be Vitaly and go tuck his tail and run, or will he be Vladimir Klitschko and actually go in there and work on his skill and become a better fighter? Because you saw the champion he became.
That's true. Ricky, you had a Garcia moment.
Man, I seen it. Ryan, all I know is Ryan got to win that next fight. If he don't win this next fight, he definitely gonna correct. It's gonna be kind of like dwindling. It's gonna be hard to bounce back. And I can't. I don't know. It just gets difficult when you go up in weight, it gets difficult. We done seen that. You seen Canelo go up in weight and it got difficult. You know what I'm saying? And then the power of punches don't stop. They get harder. So it's like I don't know. I don't really got too much faith in Ryan. And I gotta address this though. I seen somebody in the comments said Isaac Cruz, Ryan would lose. Ryan would beat Isaac Cruz. I can't see that happen. You gotta stop that. You definitely a fan. This is not gonna happen. I can tell you a Ryan fan for real. That's not gonna happen. Isaac Cruz is one of the ones that gave Tank some trouble, a lot of trouble, and knew how to defend against that left hand. So, and Ryan seen that footage and did nothing with it. So, no, that's not going to happen.
Man. So, all right. So we said what's next for Garcia. What do you all think is next for Tank? Like, who should be his next fight? I ain't gonna say when, but who do you think should be his next fight? And Ricky, we'll start with you and I'll work our way down.
I can't really predict who would be his next fight right now. Honestly, I guess whoever steps up to him or whoever he feels like is worth deserving a fight. Because I feel like a lot of people say he hasn't been tested, but I can name 2 fights that shows that he has been tested over these, over these couple of fights that he has had. And I think it's just gonna go up on him until somebody comes in and actually box him. Like, this is what I'm saying. Nobody's trying to box. They keep trying to rush and think they got the upper hand, and he makes them pay for every time. We've been seeing kind of the same stuff, especially these last couple of fights. We've kind of been seeing the same stuff. So we need to see people with different game plans who actually want to come in and win. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's gonna go up for Tank though. Overall, I think he's gonna. Yeah, I think he's going to definitely finish a year strong. He get another fight this year. He's gonna win that.
All right, Tony.
Yeah, I don't know what his next fight is going to be, but I'll tell you this much right here: the fight that everyone's calling for him is Shakur. That's the fight they're calling for. Will it happen? I don't know. If that will happen, but he's going to eventually have to move up in weight to get the fight that he could get some of the fights that he's looking for. He's going to move up in weight to get them. I mean, there's not many. I don't know, man. I mean, what do you do after after this? I mean, people pretty much got to come after him.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much going to happen. They're going to come after him. A name is going to have to challenge him. I'm sorry, a name with skills.
Right.
Name with skills is going to have to challenge him. Somebody that can box. All right, and we'll see what happens then. But I mean, it all depends on what he wants to do.
Fast Camp.
I think, I mean, the fight that we want the winner of Haney Lomo. Betting that is Haney. Ain't happening. I see another at 35, Frank Martin. That's someone who's not really proven, but is getting his height, and with PBC and all of that, so like getting his height. I think that's an easy fight for Tank. It looks difficult, but it's easy. He won't fight Shakur right now. He won't. If Haney wins, he ain't gonna fight Haney. I think the best thing for him to do, probably to go to 140, because the 40 is still wide. It ain't no top tier. So I think he would be really doing the same thing that he did at 35 at 40. And as far as money and as far as him, keeping his O, which is most likely what his goal is, not like fight the best, what I'm saying, and all that or whatever. It's most likely keep the money train going, keep the O, go up to 140. Ain't really nobody up there, what I'm saying. The only one, what I'm saying, Teofimo may be able to match him a little bit, what I'm saying, with the power, but there's 40 is always a weird stopping ground where it's like no one ever really at 40. They go, it's 47 or it's 30, 35 or whatever. So if he was what I'm thinking, he going under that money, he just gonna go up, clean 40, do what he got to do. But there are fights at 35, but Shakur not happening, Devin not happening in the next fight. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, we gonna see. Because
I mean, Russell's at 42, right? So that might be that. I mean, he might be
Russell from here. Gary Russell.
I know he ain't saying that.
Nah. Yeah. That's what I think they were talking about too. I heard that thrown out, but I don't see how that will work out either.
What Russell you talking about?
Gary Russell. Yeah, that one.
Oh, nah, then. But I thought Gary was down though. But they never go fight.
Yeah, they not the cap.
Nah, I can't see them fighting.
It would make a good fight, is what I'm saying. I don't mean that they.
It would be a good. No, it definitely be a good fight. I think it probably would go the distance.
Yeah, I think
it definitely would go the distance. Not saying I know I could really predict who would win, because I think Gary worked a lot more than Tank, but I know for a fact and more likely would go the distance.
Yeah. And then we would have to see. So that fight, in my opinion, would probably show more of Tank's skill in that type of fight. It will probably show because he really has some of the people he's fighting. He doesn't really have to show his skill. All he had to do was be tactical and just wait for them to make the mistake that he know they're going to make.
Well, if that fight ever does happen, we're gonna need every police officer in the area because that Baltimore versus DC feud is gonna spark right back up.
Oh, that would have been a hell of a mock. I mean, that would have been a crazy marketing scheme.
Especially having MGM, right?
Yeah,
Man.
They would have made a lot of money. They probably do that. They can do that now just because they make a lot of money.
Yeah. But thank you, fellas, for that one. We're gonna move on to the next topic. We got Canelo
bring me my money.
Hey, we all like to say that. But we got Canelo versus Ryder. This fight happening on May 6th. I know, Ricky, you're a Canelo fan.
Hands down.
I don't know too much about the other guy. So like I tell people all the time, these boxing episodes, I'm learning just like y'all. I keep saying I'm a casual fan, but people say, man, you ain't no casual fan. You host the whole show. But look, I take my advice from these guys. So if you ever come to me and ask me about some boxing stuff, just know I learned from one of them. That's why I know. So Ricky, I'm going to start this off. Who you got winning and why?
Man, it's gonna be Canelo, and I know everybody in here know that's gonna be some light work. It's not going. I can't see that fight being a difficult fight. Only thing I can see that would be on Ryder's side. Canelo's fighting an injury we haven't heard about. Like that's all I can think of. Canelo is definitely gonna punish him. He's not even gonna play with him. Gonna go ahead, clean him up. Might allow him to get in a couple of rounds, get a couple of spawns going on, and just clean him up right after that. Go ahead and get that money.
Tony?
So the only fighters that I've ever seen Canelo have issues with is someone with a strong jab, right? That's the only fighters I've ever seen him have issues with, right? Mayweather, Bevel, all those guys had stiff jabs. This guy ain't got that, right? He ain't got that. I went and watched some of his fights, right? Now, I did see one where he had this dude, stuck like this in the middle of the ring, right? One time, right? But I can't see. This is like one of those. This is like one of those matches that should be a sparring match, right? But you got to fight somebody to stay, active before you get to the big fight, right? To get to the bigger fight. This guy, I mean, he doesn't know how the guy isn't distance discipline. So he's always body to body with everybody he's up there with all the time. So he can't get the power like he wants to get the power onto him all the time. The one thing you can't do with Canelo is keep your lead hand low. He's a southpaw. Every time you come in there, this hand is down here. That lead hand is always low. And what is the one thing when Canelo gets warmed up? What is the punch he throws? He throw that lead shot to the body. So I mean, he's pretty much set up as pretty much a punching bag for Canelo.
Basically, yeah.
That's all it is.
Fast Camp.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody said, this is a mandatory fight. Keep his belts right. I also think there's there definitely is a setup for September for the Bivol rematch, but also too, I feel like it's a little bit of about 60-40. It's the mandatory, but also too, they're coming back down. I think the next fight is gonna be at 68 versus 75. So Bivol's coming down. You got to reacclimate to that weight. Fighting at that weight or whatever. So it's a little bit of that too. But I don't expect I probably won't even watch the joint. You know what I'm saying? Because it is going to be what it's going to be. He gonna put him out, and it is what it is.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it because just to see what he's been working on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason I want to watch it. So what has Canelo been working on? Since his last fight. That's the only reason so certain fights. Because I wasn't even gonna watch the Bevel fight at first, but then I started watching. I was like, hey, hold a second, right? But I was like, what is he working on? And that's the only reason I watch it. I mean, I'm a boxing fan anyway. I watch it all. I watched that new slap box, that slap. So I just like watching stuff.
You got to, because that's insanity right there. I'm not about to stand there and put powder in. Exactly. But we're gonna move on to the next one. I kind of figured that last one was gonna be a landslide, but you gotta throw it in there for the casual folks. They probably don't know. Look, so this one we got here. I mean, we talked about it last time, but I know it was a lot of connection stuff going on. So, and the fight's still coming up. We gotta talk about it one more time. We got Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. I'm gonna start off with you, Fast Camp.
Yeah, I need to hear him. I want to hear this one.
Yeah.
Who you got winning and why?
I'm still on it. I'm still on Devin. I'm still on
No.
Devin. It's right. Devin stock rising. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko on the down. So I think just Devin, just the youth. And then also the simple fact that Devin just has that. When you talk Devin and Shakur, Devin just like knows how to win.
Stop the cap.
I feel that that's what's going to define Devin as he goes on his career. Whereas that Shakur is going to more outbox people, but Devin's going to do what he needs to do to win. And I just think that, you know, Lomachenko been out for so long. He was already on the downside. He been out for so long. He just, you know, you lose a step. You know what I'm saying? He just loses a step. I got Devin, you know, 12-round decision. And a big decision at that, you know what I'm saying? And I stick with I at one point Lomachenko was definitely top 10 and all that. I love who he was, you know what I'm saying, coming up or whatever, but I just think Devin's too big, too young, too fast, and just knows how to win, and he's just gonna make it difficult for him.
I can tell by Ricky already reacted, but Tony, he just made a face this whole time. Tony, it's on you, man. Or did you? I hope you ain't freeze on.
Hey, no, I'm good. I'm just like, does Haney know how to win? Yes. But who's the better fighter?
Currently or right now? Currently in resume and all that, Lomachenko is the better fighter. Absolutely. Right. But it's gonna be a lot for him to get back up in there.
I don't think so. I think I saw him in his last fight, because his last fight he wanted to work. Right, he wanted to work. You can tell in that fight he really wanted to work. He was fighting, but he wanted to work. Right, so he got in there and he did stuff to just make it be a fight where they can work and something like that. Now he almost lost that fight. Actually, I think he did. But the thing is I don't know. I don't think he's gonna. I don't know, man. So something tells me that Lomo's gonna come back and he's gonna come in this fight as the Lomo we knew.
Remember when he was pro, he was already like 30 something.
Yeah, but
you know
what I'm saying is, but you still can't take away the fact that he's gonna eliminate something that Haney does, and can he think about can Haney adjust to that? I don't think he can. I don't think anyone's getting knocked out. I think it's going 12.
No,
right?
But
I got Lomo winning this. I got Lomo winning this because his last fight, he didn't start off slow like he normally does. He figured it out by round 2, and then he started hitting him. And after he realized after he started hitting him, he was like, all right, so now let me just get some work in.
Oh, who last fight you talking about?
What was the guy's name? I can't remember the last guy.
Loma last fight?
Yeah.
Richard Coleman.
Yeah, he almost lost that fight though. Right?
No.
But yeah, he was. No,
you didn't see it. They Comey Corner had to put in a white flag for him.
Yeah, they put. What I'm saying is that he that happened. But what I'm saying is that he started doing things that he really shouldn't have done in that fight to make it a fight. And he was winning hands down. Like after round 2, you saw that he figured it out, and his footwork was killing dude.
I don't want to say he killed him all fight. Honestly, he made him. Yeah, he got him dizzy early. Like if I can remember, he just danced around him.
I think it was like round 2 or 3 is when he really started to pour it on.
Loma looked at the corner and was like, "Come on, y'all gonna help him?"
That was hilarious, bro. Yeah, that's when his father told him stop playing. Because he started playing for a while, and his father told him, all right, stop playing and get him out of here. And then when he did what he did, the referee, whoever that referee is, should lose his license as a referee, because he should have stopped that a long time ago.
Yeah, definitely. Because Richard, I don't know what's up with Richard, but he definitely
Did you remember what he said in the corner?
Who, Richard?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't remember what he said in the corner.
He said the fists. It's like it's like 8 of them out there.
I actually do remember that.
Dude, I was dying. But yeah, Haney's a good fighter, right? He probably picked this fight. If he picked this fight, it probably was the wrong fight for him right now. He should have fought someone else and then maybe fought Lomo. but he got baited into this because I think after that fight, didn't he bring him in the ring?
I think so. I think he did.
Yeah, he got baited into this.
Yeah.
Or he wanted.
I'm gonna say, Ricky, I'm gonna let you respond, and then we got another question in the comment too.
Oh, I was waiting. I was in here playing hopscotch. I was like, "Hold it, I'm gonna get in yet." But man, what I was about to say, Devin, I just want to know fast camp. Please tell me you not like the depth that I know you're not basing this off of the Kambosos fight.
No.
Okay, this overall this youth and talent for Devin. No.
Well, Kambosos a little bit, the youth's a little bit.
No,
Linares, the Linares, is it like people sleep on Linares? Linares is all that too. I just think Devin's going up. Now, like I said, I don't think he punishes him, but I think he wins on points because that's what I think of Devin is that he wins on point. Thomas, we're gonna spin the block on this one, bro. Because he gonna win.
I see.
Yeah, because look, the Loma, they're definitely going to be this is going to be a fight. That's why I got big respect for Devin for taking this fight. Even right now, this is going to be the fight that's going to test him. Like all his attributes was going to be tested. And that Kambosos, when his last fight with Kambosos, both times Kambosos showed that he was just a one-trick pony, and he didn't even change. He didn't even change nothing. That fight was just so disappointing. But I got to give it to Devin. I do agree with you with Devin's skills. He's definitely in my opinion, he's certified as a boxer. He's definitely gonna come in there. He's gonna go the distance. But I know Loma gonna come in there. He's gonna come in there, and you're not gonna. This is not no Kambosos. You're not gonna be weaving the same punches you think. You're not gonna be weaving the overhand right and thinking he's not gonna be ready for you, or you gonna come in there with footwork and keep trying to fight his. I can see Devin trying to use his size, so it's gonna be more him snapping that jab. Nope. I can see Loma slipping through him. So I'm leaning Loma. I know it's going distance. I'm agreeing with you in the distance. I just can't really in my head. I can't see Devin winning. I just can't see Devin winning overall. I'm definitely going with Loma. It could go the distance, but Loma definitely. I think Loma is definitely the better boxer, even at his age. Because his fights, I can't really say he really took like big of a loss. The only loss we can really discuss is the Tio Lopez. But that's because who else?
Remember the first one he lost. He got because he don't like that rough. He don't like rough. That first one he lost. I forget the dude's name. I don't know.
I can't think of his name.
But you talking about early in the career?
Early.
The second.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I was like, okay.
But the thing about early in his career, the dude 30, so it ain't early in his career in a sense or whatever. It's like he went. What was it? It was like his third fight. He went for the championship.
Like early in his fame, like when he was on the rise. Yeah.
He got banged out.
No, that's is it? What's his name?
Saldo. Second or third fight. I know the guy you're talking about.
I know what fight you're talking about. I can't.
Salido. That's it. Salido.
Yeah.
He went in there.
Salido. Yeah. He got banged out with that pressure or whatever. I think Devin uses the power, do what he do and just ekes out the win. You know what I'm saying? But I can't wait to that fight.
He can't sit on that though, man. He can't sit on it. He gonna have to if he's gonna box, he's gonna have to really box. He's not gonna be able to just sit on that. You know what I'm saying? It's going 12. We all in agreement about that right there. It's going 12, but he can't sit on that.
And Devin, and then I'm just going off the Kambosos fight because that's the recent fight. Devin is more so, he's gonna get that jab. That last fight he was active, but the first fight he had with Kambosos, he's saying like he likes to watch and analyze and see what the opponent do. He like the how can I say it? He's like I can't figure out the word I'm about to say, but what I'm saying is Devin can't sit here and rely on the jab and wait with Loma. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He has to. I haven't really seen him be an aggressor or the predator in the ring that's walking it down. And I can't see him being like that with Loma though.
Oh, okay. He showed it, but yeah, I get what you're saying. There is a big question mark with Loma. But this is what I will say. Everybody is, which is funny because the last cast we did is like a different perspective. Everybody's looking for the best Loma, right? You're looking for the best. Not that he's shown the best Loma, in recent times. You look for the best Loma, but then, not to jump too much or whatever, but then on paper, we're looking at all the attributes, all the great attributes of Loma to show up when we can all agree that it ain't been Loma from the Matrix recently.
Yeah,
It ain't been him. So then when we go and talk about, Earl Smith's best attributes and
we're not talking about Earl. We not.
I know.
We mad at Earl. We mad at them. We mad at them.
Yeah,
well,
I
I'm just saying.
My hopes up
but I got you though.
Yeah, we're trying to bring his history in rather than where he's at now, and that's what is fueling more of my decision. I believe that Loma all time, currently of what Devin has done is a way better boxer. But I'm just talking about where he's at now. And I just think styles make fight, time make fights. Age makes fights, and I just think he ekes it out.
Yeah, but he can't do that thing that he did against Cambosa where he was trying to stick it out there to find distance and stuff like that, because Loma's going to time that, and that's where he's going to have issue. He has to, and judging from the fights I've seen with Haney, he has to do that to judge distance.
He won't have to, though, is what I'm saying, is that because that's a different fighter. We all knew that Cambosa's only shot was power.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So he ain't gonna have to work the power angle so much with him. And that's what we said. We're saying that on paper. We're saying that with his trainers. He's not gonna have to, go and play that power fight. He can now, take a little more chances because it's not gonna be as much power, floating his way in that aspect. So he has to shift his gears and play the boxing game. So it's all, you change things around. That's one thing that's going to change from this fight. He's going to go into the fight not worrying about Cambosa's power and start worrying about, the Matrix speed and the Matrix, boxing
angles.
You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be a different. He's probably not going to approach it that way.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I mean, it's going to be a great fight, man.
No, it's definitely going to be a great fight, and I can't wait because definitely trying to see Devin. I think this for me definitely. This definitely would be a test for Devin, and I just can't wait to see that.
So I want to get this question out here before we get out of here. We got like 5 to 10 minutes left, bro. First of all, if you're watching this, make sure you hit that like button. I see we got 4 people watching. I think that's Facebook. I know we got way more people than that watching on YouTube. If you on here, make sure the likes match the views, because when the likes go up, we go up. And like my man say, he not here, but I forgot to play this earlier. Dave would be like. And speaking of Dave, he had a good question right here. If Loma wins, can he beat Tank? And it's just a quick free for all. Y'all can just ask. This wasn't on the topic list.
See, it's gonna be a good fight, but that power, man, and then they about the same height. It'll be a fair fight too. Same height and everything. It'll be a hell of a fight, but I don't know, man. I can't even call it. I don't even think footage. I don't even think I can watch footage and really be like, Loma really going, because it's a lot to work with Tank. It's a lot to work with, and I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know right now. I can't even make that decision right now.
I say nah.
Hey Dave, I would say Dave, shout out to you, because this whole episode, everyone's been opinionated. They all been agreeing or they've been disagreeing. This is the one time I've seen the whole cast stump. Everybody, I don't know,
that's
bro.
A good matchup though. That's a good matchup. Like, I mean, Tank got a hell of a skill, and Loma does too. It's one of them ones we need a week to think about it.
So the question for me would be this right here. This would be my question: can Loma fight off his back foot? Can he fight off? Because he's going to have to. Because that's how Tank's going to put him in that position. Can he fight off his back foot? And I don't know if he can, to be able to be successful enough to beat Tank. You know what I'm saying? But it would take me some time. I would have to watch some fights again and see Tank a little bit, see Tank again and watch him, and then come to an opinion, just like Ricky is saying. I would have to look at it. Off the top of my head, I'd say no. I say no, he can't. He probably couldn't. But if you put him in training camp and he worked on that, like his father will probably do with him, would it make a good fight? Yeah, but like the 8th or 9th round, that power is going to kill him.
Yeah.
And,
It's
go ahead.
Teofimo even worse. It just is what I think. Loma has trouble with the power. You know, when he fought Teofimo, it was like, whoa, like what's going on with Loma, because he couldn't handle the power. And so now
I don't think it was the power though.
I don't know. Like,
you just started something with that one. I don't think it was the power though.
I believe, like, when you look at it, you know what I'm saying? When you go back and look at the fight, I feel like Teofimo was just too big and throwing too much for him that he really couldn't get off. Now you add Tank, you know what I'm saying? He actually knocks Lomachenko out. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. He knocks Lomachenko out. And I know we think in the Matrix and we feeling that, but he knocks Lomachenko out, because I just think that power that Teofimo imposed, maybe, you know, clearly it wasn't as much as Tank, but that power that he imposed on him, it froze him. He froze in that fight. He was not boxing, you know, on the level that we're, you know, revering him for in that fight. He froze. And then to a person that's coming up and really was virtually untested in a sense, Teofimo, that power neutralized him. So, you know, that's why I'm picking on that one.
I don't think it was the power though. Dang, man.
Oh, man. I know. I got you. But look, the comments went up real quick, and I want y'all. We're gonna do something different this time. We're gonna switch it up. I want everybody to get a last words right quick, and then I'm gonna throw out like 2 or 3 of these comments, and then y'all can answer those, and then we're gonna end the show that way.
All right.
So I'm gonna start with you, Ricky. You just get your last words, basically. You know, shout your brother out, shout your team out. Not the Commanders because they trash, but go ahead.
No, I definitely gotta shout out my brother Mo Payne in the amateur still. Got to fight out St. Mary's on May 6th. Yeah, this guy keeps shouting him out. He fighting his way out of the amateurs, trying to get pro.
Tony.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a team to shout out right now. I mean, the Red Sox are playing pretty good right now. They're getting better. I mean, I don't have anyone. I mean, once my Patriots picked up the quarterback they picked up to go and try to compete in the camp, I was like, all right, so maybe this is another rebuilding year for us, because I have no clue what they were doing with that. But shout out. So here's my shout out, and I'm gonna say something right here because I was told someone was looking for me. So I'm gonna talk about this real quick, and he can comment and say anything. All right, I was wrong. No, not that wrong. I wasn't wrong about that. But I was wrong about the. I was wrong about the Nuggets. Right. I saw them limping into the playoffs, and I was like, I don't know how they're going to play. And then they came in and they smashed the Timberwolves. Right. And I was like, ooh, all right, I was wrong. So Joe, I was wrong about that. I'm a man to come on here and come to your face and say I wasn't. You don't have to tie me, but I'm good with this. But that's it.
Look, man, us over here refuse to lose. We don't know how to hog tie people. Fast Camp, go ahead.
IG at Welcome to Fast Camp. Shout out to the Destiny Day Owens out of Baltimore. Up and coming female boxer. Check her out.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, drop her Instagram in the boxing chat. So
Gotcha.
All right. So like I said, again, if you're on here, I can tell you all about the IG chats. I'm going to just run through them. I don't got to bring them up on the screen. Look, if you want to be a part of this community, if you want to be a part of the comments, you can always be a part of the comments on the show. But if you want to keep the conversation going like we always do after the show, join these IG chats. Again, we got NBA/WNBA. We got NFL, Major League Baseball, college football, college basketball, both men's and women's. And again, the boxing chat. Y'all literally see what's going on here. And all these chats are located on Instagram at Refuse to Lose Sports. That's Refuse, the number 2, Lose Sports. Look, my production team said, forget what you talking about, Tom. We throwing it up there. So look, if you don't understand what I'm saying, screenshot this right now, and you can make it work that way. There's no more excuses. We got a display for you, and it's in the ticker below. Now, what I want to say is we had a few comments here, and I just want to drop these comments off on y'all. And you got to be, this is a speed round, like speed bag. So now my man said, I got to find it. It was from Kev. There we go. Production on it. So no one thinks David Morrell is next up to be number one of the next up to be one of the top guys, I promise you I don't need hooked on phonics. I was reading too fast.
No.
Not yet.
No.
No.
Okay, so that's that's the guy that just fought in the undercard, right?
Yeah.
That fought the old dude.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Nah, we ain't even talking about that one.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Hey,
Yeah.
all right. So the next one is, I think we was talking about Tank, and I don't know if Mark was on for that section, but he was like, the only person that can beat Tank is Gary Russell Jr., which I think.
No.
He gonna give us the fight that we want to see.
Yeah.
He gonna give us the fight that we want to see, but
in the end, Tank gonna probably knock him out.
Nah,
it's a good fight.
No, you can't.
I think you can knock him out, man. I think
you can't just say. I don't think we can just say that Russell's gonna get just knocked out though. That's gonna be that would be a lot of work Tank will have to put in. He's still speedy and he's known for getting in there. So
yeah, true. I'll change my comment. But what I'm saying is that I don't see him beating. I don't see him Russell beating him though.
Can't beat him, but Russell can crack too. And he's fast.
Yeah.
Ricky know Gary Russell, but we're not gonna talk about that right here. But I got one more for y'all. Because my corner trying to break down the door. Charlo versus Canelo. Who y'all got?
What?
Canelo.
What?
Canelo.
Who even? Tay, why you even ask that question?
Nah, I know Charlo probably won Canelo, but
and
I don't think he won him. Like he won him, but he don't want him. I just say it like that.
He want the money that's gonna come with that fight.
Yeah, he's kind of retired from it. That's all that is.
Nah,
not at all. And then this is the we talking about the same Charlo had issues with Harrison, right?
Not that one. You talking about
one?
Not the other. You talking about the other one?
I always get them confused.
Me too.
Is it Jamelo? Jamelo is who we talking about?
I don't know which name, but the one who was at
it got to be Jamel. Jamel won. Jamel won. I think
Jamel's the one that did that injury right now, right? Jamel's the one that injured is the one that won him, right?
I don't know.
I don't know, bro. They be confusing me, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It don't even matter which one it is. It doesn't matter. Canelo beat both of them, so it doesn't even matter. In my opinion, it's
exactly. The Doublemint twins is going down to Canelo. Y'all can clearly see my promotion team told me I got to get off air, so I just want to say I appreciate you fellas for coming on. She don't want to say hi to the camera, but everybody wished her a happy birthday. She definitely said thank you.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Maya.
See you.
Ricky, Tony, Fast Camp T. We definitely gonna have a recap. To everybody that's in the comments, keep subscribing, keep commenting, and we'll holler at y'all next. Oh no, we got a draft show tomorrow, NFL draft show. Make sure y'all tune in. We doing the whole first round, so be prepared. and we out. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.